Ever wondered about Bigfoot, the mysterious giant lurking in the deep woods? This legendary creature, called Sasquatch or Wendigo in different tales, sparks our wonder. From mysterious footprints to shadowy images, the evidence whispers of its presence. This video explores 5 captivating Bigfoot sightings that make the legend real. Back in the early 1900s, the Pacific Northwest was wild and full of secrets. This place had huge forests and tall mountains that seemed to whisper old legends. A very interesting story started here, one that people would talk about for a long time. Deep in this wilderness, there was a valley that seemed forgotten by time. Only the bravest went there because it was so hidden. One dark night, something amazing happened in this valley. A trapper named Elias, who knew a lot about living in the wild, had set up his camp under a big cedar tree. The night was so quiet it felt strange, like something was about to happen. And then, suddenly, something did. Elias was attacked by something he couldn't see, a shadowy figure that came out of nowhere. This shadowy attacker was different from anything Elias had ever seen. It moved in a way that didn't seem of this world, and it left Elias with a strange mark, something that didn't make sense. When people heard about the attack, they were scared, curious, and skeptical. More people started saying they saw something strange too. Evelyn, who knew a lot about plants, said she saw something with very old eyes. Samuel, another trapper, talked about how quietly it moved. Lena, who grew up in the area, talked about a feeling of fear that stayed. And old Ben, who knew a lot of the old stories, said there were ancient guardians of the wilderness. People had lots of guesses about what happened. Was it a mythical creature or something else entirely? Some tried to explain it logically, but nothing fit perfectly. Investigators came to check it out, looking at all the evidence, like Elias's torn tent and the strange mark, but they ended up with more questions than answers. They thought about all kinds of explanations, but none of them really worked out. The story of what happened in Skookum Meadow became a famed mystery in the Pacific Northwest. The valley stayed the same, quiet and mysterious, watched over by the tall trees and mountains. Elias never went back to the wild after that night. He wrote down his story, and it's a reminder of the strange things that can happen, things we can't always explain. Today, the Pacific Northwest is still a place full of mystery. It's a reminder that there are still things out there that we don't understand, and it invites the brave to look closer. The story of what happened to Elias has become a big part of the area. The valley, which was just a regular place before, is now seen as special and a bit scary. People, even the bravest, get nervous there when it's dark, thinking about the unseen thing that attacked Elias. Around fires and in the dark, the story of Elias keeps being told, getting more interesting each time. Kids dare each other to go near the valley, their heads filled with what might be out there. And for those who say they've seen the shadowy figure, the mark they have is like a secret sign. For some, it's proof they've seen something incredible. For others, it's a reminder of a scary night that changed how they see the world. In the 1970s, deep in the Appalachian Mountains, there's a path that offers more than just a hike. It's a journey through the untouched beauty of America. Stretching an impressive 2,190 miles, the Appalachian Trail invites the courageous to uncover its secrets. As you walk, the stories of the past join hands with today's adventurers, making every bend a new story to tell. Let's talk about Jake, a keen hiker driven by a desire to discover what's hidden in the wild Appalachian woods. One evening, with the forest quietly whispering and the light dimming, Jake went further into the trail's embrace. The giant trees around him made him feel completely alone in nature. It was here, far from anyone else, that Jake's regular hike turned into an extraordinary experience. As it got darker, an eerie quiet settled around him. Jake felt like he wasn't alone, sensing something hidden just out of sight. Then a deep growl he'd never heard before froze him in place. out of the shadows stepped something incredible. Bigfoot. Huge and covered in fur, its eyes intelligent and curious. Right there, in the Appalachian wilderness, Jake stood face to face with Bigfoot. His heart pounded with both fear and amazement. This creature, a legend said to roam the forest, was real and right in front of him. But Jake felt more than just fear. He was also filled with wonder. He was seeing a living mystery of the Appalachians. In a quiet moment, Jake and Bigfoot looked at each other, acknowledging one another's presence. Out of respect for this powerful being, Jake carefully stepped back, letting the forest keep its ancient secret. Walking back to what he knew, Jake couldn't stop thinking about what he'd seen. This wasn't just a chance encounter, it was a personal adventure, a day he truly saw the heart of the wilderness. His experience became a story he would always tell, a deep dive into the mysteries hidden under the trees. At the same time, in the 1970s, a similar incident took place in another part of the country, the Sierra Sounds recordings. Deep in the wild, where the secrets of nature seem to talk through the trees, there is a mystery that many people find fascinating: the Sierra Sounds. Some think these sounds are the voices of Bigfoot, recorded in the wild area between Lake Tahoe and Yosemite National Park. The story starts with Ron Moorhead, a man who loved exploring the outdoors and mysteries. He and Alan Berry, a journalist, went on an adventure because of stories about weird noises and shadowy figures seen at a far-off hunter's camp. With just their recording tools and brave hearts, Moorhead and Berry spent several nights in the Sierra Mountains, hoping to capture something mysterious. What they recorded was incredible. Sounds so strange and complicated, they made people think there could be a smart creature hiding out there. The Sierra Sounds, as they were named, were not just any noises. They were special sounds that seemed to show there was a mysterious being living in the woods. These recordings started a lot of discussions. Are they real proof of Bigfoot or just a made-up story? Even though Berry was not sure at first, the sounds were very convincing, but since there was no video, some people still weren't sure. The puzzle got even more interesting with R. Scott Nelson, a language expert who thought these sounds might be a language nobody knows. This idea made even more people interested, making the debate even bigger. The Sierra Sounds have become a big part of the Bigfoot mystery. People are split between those who believe they are important and those who want clear proof. Some see these sounds as a look into a hidden world, while others are careful and think they might be from natural or human sources. More recently, in the year 2000, near Mount Adams, Washington, people who love Bigfoot stories found something really cool but also puzzling. This discovery, called the Skookum Cast, felt like it came from a world where myths and real life mix. Imagine stepping into a forest where the old trees and the ground itself seem to whisper secrets about creatures we've never seen. On a misty morning in September, a group of Bigfoot researchers found a huge, mysterious mark in the mud. They had left apples out the night before, hoping to catch Bigfoot's attention. The next day, the apples were gone, and in their place was this big impression in the mud. It looked like something really big had visited. The researchers had put apples in a muddy hole, thinking Bigfoot might come by. When they checked in the morning, something had taken the apples, and a large, strange print was left behind in the mud. It seemed like a huge creature had made its mark. This wasn't just any old footprint. The Skookum Cast seemed to show where a giant creature had lain down, leaving behind a detailed imprint of its body. But what was it? Some thought it was proof of Bigfoot, while others weren't so sure. People couldn't agree on what the cast meant. Some experts thought it was evidence of Bigfoot because of the unique details in the imprint. Others, though, were skeptical. They suggested it might be from an elk or just the excitement of trying to make a thrilling TV show. This argument made the story of Bigfoot even more mysterious. The Skookum Cast turned into a big deal, sparking debates, attracting tourists, and keeping the quest for Bigfoot alive. Hidden in the deep woods, it's a reminder of the amazing and unknown things out there in the wild. In the thick woods near Mount Adams, The story of the Skookum cast adds to the ongoing mystery of Bigfoot. A strange mark in a secluded part of the forest has become a key part of the search for creatures we haven't proven exist. It encourages us to explore, to keep asking questions, and to stay fascinated by the unknown. As people continue to argue and the legend grows, one thing's for sure: the forest is full of secrets, leaving us wondering about the creatures that might be hiding just out of sight. Finally, an ever more recent Bigfoot encounter. Thermal imaging used to be something only spies and secret missions used, but now it's part of our daily lives with some really cool updates. Imagine having the power to see heat around us in amazing detail, like a superhero. This technology is changing lots of things, from how doctors can tell if you have a fever to searching for the mysterious Bigfoot in the forest. Let's get ready and jump into the exciting world of thermal imaging. Today, thermal cameras are very clear, kind of like comparing the screen of a brand new smartphone to an old blurry TV. They give us sharp images that help scientists, doctors, and people who watch animals see things we never could before. These cameras are so advanced that they can spot the smallest heat differences, like seeing a candle flame from far away. This helps find problems in machines before they break or discover hidden health issues. Now, for something very interesting, some movie makers think they caught Bigfoot on their thermal camera while filming a documentary in a hidden forest area. The camera showed a warm figure hiding behind a tree, making everyone wonder if it was the legendary Bigfoot watching them. This possible glimpse of Bigfoot has both fans and skeptics talking again. But is this warm hint a strong clue in the search for Bigfoot? The video comes from a team using the very best thermal technology, which makes their claim stronger. However, skeptics say that just seeing a warm spot in the forest isn't enough to prove Bigfoot is real. They want more evidence, like Bigfoot's footprint or even a picture with the creature. Scientists find this clue interesting but aren't convinced about Bigfoot yet. They think it's another piece to look into in the big, mysterious outdoors. Whispers in the woods, giant footsteps, and fleeting shadows fuel the fire of the Bigfoot mystery. From undeniable footprint casts to chilling howls, each encounter leaves us pondering, myth or reality. As the search for Bigfoot continues, we're drawn deeper into the forest of the unknown. Are you ready to explore the legend? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysterious tales of history.